everyone. I am so excited to be here. I'm Amanda Bergen. For those I haven't met, I'm the Director of Communications at the Foundation, and I'm so delighted to welcome Robbie Baker, who officially joined PMSF last week as our new CEO. So rather than diving straight into all the strategy, we wanted to start with something a little more simple, a chance for our community to get to know Robbie as a person as he begins listening and learning and getting to know the PMSF family. So Robbie, welcome. We're so
Thank
excited
you.
for you to be here.
I'm thrilled to be here, and I appreciate this opportunity to connect with you and others.
Yes, awesome. Well, we will jump right in. I prepared some questions for us to get to know Robbie, and so hopefully you guys enjoy this time. So Robbie, what's one thing that most people don't know about you?
Well, I think, one of the things that people may not know about me is that I understand very personally what it's like to have a child that's been diagnosed with a chronic and incurable medical condition. For years, I've been fortunate to work alongside families who are navigating life-threatening illnesses. But it wasn't really until my own experience that I really and truly grasped the depth of what parents carry, the fear, the grief, the relentless desire to fix what can't be fixed, and to still feel compelled to do something about it. That experience continues to shape how I lead and how I show up for families.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your story. I know we've connected on that through sort of the interview process and you starting, but I think that is important for our community to understand and get to know. Switching gears a little bit,
Sure.
when you think about where are you the happiest when you're not working? Where do you like to spend your time?
A little bit of everything. Primarily, something I think everybody can relate to is spending time with family. I have a wife and a 17-year-old daughter that are kind of the center of my universe. And so when we can, we like to travel together, see new things. I'm constantly learning. I feel like, we're all works in progress. And to that end, I'm constantly taking in new things, new ideas, and seeing how I can apply them to life. And of course, given where I live, Ohio State athletics and football, that's something that we pay closely attention to.
I love it. I don't know if everybody knows this about me, but I grew up in Michigan and Ohio State
Ah,
is a big rival. So
there you go. There you go.
okay, well, let's do some fun rapid fire questions just to get to know you a little bit better. Are you a coffee or a tea person?
Tea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sweet
I
differ
stand hot. Yeah, for sure.
there. Morning person or a night owl?
Night owl. As much as I've tried not to be, that's just part of my makeup.
Are you more of a book person or a movie person?
I find value in both, but have always had a book in hand for some reason or another. And if you look over my right shoulder here, there's a stack behind me that I'm trying to get through. Variety of different areas that I'm interested and excited about, not just related to work, but fiction and other types of reading.
Yes, I was going to say, I think I could guess this one based on your background. Do you have a favorite food?
I again something really eclectic. My preference my go-to is home cooking, but I enjoy Japanese food in particular. Last year, my family and I were able to visit Italy for the first time together, and so we took a cooking class as a family, and so we've been trying to bring some of those recipes forward. So a little all over the board.
That sounds like so much fun. Maybe we'll have to have like an offsite where you teach
Yeah.
us some of your
Well,
skills.
now that I know how to make pasta from scratch, so.
That's amazing. That sounds incredible. All right. Well, shifting back a little bit to getting to know you a little bit more in this space,
Mhm.
can you tell us a little bit about what drew you to patient advocacy work in the first place?
Well, I've been fortunate to have the incredible influence of some wonderful role models growing up that showed me the power of empathy, teaching me the importance of seeing life through someone else's eyes, meeting people where they are with compassion and respecting their experiences. honoring everyone's individual journey. And so that perspective has stayed with me through my life, and has kind of naturally led me to working on behalf of others.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. What is there anything that, consistently inspires you when you're working with families and communities?
Yeah, I think it's the human instinct that's so deep, that drive us to help each other. And I've been privileged to witness this, over and over in families and communities across the country. People showing up for each other, sharing strength, refusing to face challenges alone, and when I see people come together shoulder to shoulder, there's no obstacle that's insurmountable. That collective effort really has a remarkable way of turning hope into progress. And I've seen so much of that here just in my short time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think I hear this so much. I mean, this was my experience too. It's the family and the community we never knew, or maybe necessarily wanted to be a part of, but it's the family and the
Right.
community we can't live without. And so I really think that it rings true. I mean, I know I personally can say that. Which brings me to our next question. And I know your time has been, limited so far, but as you're thinking about sort of what you've learned so far, what you learned through the interview process, what's something you're most looking forward to as you get to know our PMSF community?
Well, I think it's understanding what life is like, living with PMS, and I'm most looking forward to meeting our families, to listening to their stories, to learning from their experiences, and letting that understanding guide the path forward for PMSF. Um, our community's insights are essential, and I am so excited to partner with families as we shape what's coming next together.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that was something during the interview process that really stood out to me is how much you spoke about the families and how, you really made it clear that, learning about their path and their journey and what it's like to sort of walk in their shoes was so important to you. And that really stood out to me. And I've seen that firsthand in uh, I mean, we're wrapping up, right? Week 2 for you. So but yeah, I think that is so important. And I know that, every journey looks quite different for those with Phelan-McDermid syndrome. And so I'm really excited for you to have the time with our families and get to know everybody.
Yeah, I think what's resonating with me is, you meet one person who's living with Phelan-McDermid syndrome. You've met one person. You understood one experience, and I think that is why I want to meet and talk to, and engage with so many families, as many families as I can. I want to encourage people to reach out and connect with me. You can get me at Robbie at pmsf.org. That's ROBBIE. And I'm happy to talk, to meet up with, and to better understand the lived experience, because that's so critical, so important.
Yeah, yeah. And we're going to work on those opportunities to, have different families connect with Robbie. And there'll be more opportunities as this journey continues to get to know Robbie even more through this process. And for those of you that are able to join us at the conference this year, I think it's such a great year to have Robbie joining us. So there will be that in-person opportunity as well.
Looking forward
So
to it.
yeah, awesome. Well, I have one last question that I'd like to leave us on. What's a favorite quote or mantra or mindset that you
Mm,
try to live by?
Gosh, there are lots of wise words that are out there, and so many that I've carried forward. But when you ask me that, I'm landing on just a couple, and I think about the quote attributed to Maya Angelou, the poet. She said something like, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And so I feel it's important to carry that forward, to leave a good lasting memory with every engagement. I'm also, as I think about that question, struck by the words of John Wesley, the theologian, where he said, do all the good you can by all the means you can and all the ways you can and all the places you can, and so on and so forth. And so that I've carried with me as well. And then finally, I'm thinking about my high school guidance counselor, who always had a quick turn of the words, and she would say, "The meek may inherit the earth, but none of them will get into Duke University." And I think that goes back to the concept of if not us, who? If not now, when? That we as a community, if we want things, if we want support, if we want care, we want connection, we want cures, that work we'll have to do ourselves. And I have seen that in PMSF's 24 years, how beautifully and passionately that's been done. And so I'm excited to do my part in help bringing that forward.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. They're so inspirational to sort of hear the things that you live by. But I think that really struck me on that last note, because I know, myself, my daughter was diagnosed about 8 years ago. And I don't think I personally didn't have the hope that we have today. Right. And it has been watching, things change, and having the drive and bringing it together as a community has gotten us to where we are today. And I feel so much more hopeful with the landscape that is today. And I know that will continue to evolve because of the work that all of the people before me laid. And so I think that really rings true.
Yeah, there's so much to be proud of here. There's so much to shine a light on, and there's so much more to come. We're at this amazing moment where the things that the organization, that the community and the families have been pushing for, treatments, are coming to fruition. And we have so much more to continue to do, and I am so excited about being part of that, and helping to lead this amazing organization forward.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Like I shared earlier, there will be a lot of more opportunities to get to know Robbie, especially as he's had the time to get to know our community and start to understand a little bit more work of the foundation. So you'll be able to hear a little bit more from him on the progress forward. But thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will talk soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye.